And I think we're fucking live.
Will I?
Welcome back, you Inglorious Bastards.
Hey, magnificent bishop.
It is I, Doc Camo.
And Ken Santos here.
And we're back for another test of the emergency podcast system. So, yeah. There's been some fuckery afoot since
like
the
always,
last time
you know,
we've talked.
And the leader of this fuckery, like always, is always, the ATF. They mean to do good, but do a lot more.
Yeah, so they Biden's administration or the Democrats or whatever, they've put forth their nominee to take over the head of the ATF, and it's the Waco Wako David Chipman.
And I wonder, what is the concerns we might have of how he got his name, per se?
He was literally being questioned by fucking Congress, right? And they were asking him to fucking define an assault weapon, and he couldn't fucking do it. And then he finally, after prodding, said that he thinks all firearms above a 22 caliber, all rifles above a 22 caliber, should be banned.
You suck!
What?
You use a 203 to fucking hunt deer. I mean, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, like what am I going to hunt deer with? A stick?
He said that the AR-15 should be banned, that it was the same weapon that he got issued in the service and shit and SWAT teams. And I looked at him like he's fucking crazy because it's not. The civilian AR-15 you buy at the fucking store, it doesn't have the fucking same capabilities as the one that you get, the M16 or the M4 you get issued in the military. In the military. Like you have to do some changes to that.
No.
I mean, you can buy one, and you can buy a lower receiver, and then you can change them out, and you can have a weapon that's that capable, but you can't just buy the weapon that's capable. And even the lower receivers, you're not supposed to buy, like...
and usually it takes modification, and you have to know what you're doing within a millisecond, so like...
I just...
millimeter, but same difference.
This guy, he fucking assaulted an American town and burnt it to the ground, posed in front of a picture...
No. You
with it on
suck.
fire with a smile on his face like some type of fucking psychopath. And then fucking he denies that the pictures it was his, and Snoops is like, this is misleading. It's not him. It's misleading because the picture is real, but it's not him. And why does Snoops say that the picture is not him? Because he said it wasn't him. That's not me or any ATF agent. Okay, Snoops, that's false because he said it wasn't me or any of my men.
So, since when do we take the word of the person in question just off of the validity of what they're saying? I don't think we ever have.
I mean, could it not be him? Of course it could not be him. Could it not be an ATF agent? Of course it could not be an ATF agent.
Don't we have facial recognition software that, based off of just an image, would be able to elaborate if it is said person or not?
We probably do. And I'd say it's him.
I'd say it's a positive match. Have we seen any results saying otherwise?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll put up a picture of both of these. This is the dude from Congress, and this is the picture in question.
And do you think they're the same person? Do you see similarities that we might be viewing with you right now?
I don't know. I think he's fucking insane if he thinks he's going to come after our guns.
Well, they all try.
They've
been trying. They'll keep trying.
Since this whole mess started, first-time gun buyers, 600% increase of first-time gun buyers.
Yep.
The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 to get rid of red flag type fucking community safety, take your firearms without a warrant bullshit.
Winning.
Yep.
So it's just like the Supreme Court 9-0 unanimous decision to fucking for the right to bear arms. You got fucking since the 80s. Do you know in the 80s we had less gun rights than we do now? And now we got states like Texas joining the ranks of states like Maine and New Hampshire that have constitutional carry, so you don't even need a permit to carry a firearm when you're around because it's your constitutional right. Like, you're telling us that we need to ban all these firearms and have these type of gun controls because it's what Americans want. But when I actually look at what Americans are actually doing versus what you're telling me Americans want, it doesn't fucking add up.
There seems to be a big difference going on. Someone's perception seems to be swayed.
I mean,
Did you happen to deliver yourself a thought that you believed, undoubtedly, that everyone seemed to have in the same aspect of?
I mean, Americans, if we want gun control, why are we buying even more firearms?
Yeah, because when you get down to the nitty-gritty of that situation, wouldn't it be in reverse? you would be seeing less gun seals and ammunition shortages and all of these issues that have arisen. You know, certain pieces not being able to be found easily or being banned because they don't want to allow for the capability to be in hand.
Oh, there's
I don't know.
like
it's a tricky situation when you really get down to it.
there
It's
are
one of
some
those-
items you can't buy. Like
Exactly. You have to manufacture them yourself, so you
Yeah,
know how to use a micrometer.
they're
a
like
lathe, and
NTF
you know exactly
license-
what you're doing.
NTF
or files
items or
if
something.
if you're fancy.
a suppressor is one of those. Like you have to have permission. You have to get permission. It can take a while, and
Yeah, it's all a process.
it's like the government. Every time you buy a firearm, you get a background check. So there's no need for me to conduct another background check to get a
Every time.
license to use my firearm from my hometown.
Yeah.
Because if I have a firearm that I'm going to use to carry in my hometown and I have a license from my state, I have already passed the background check purchasing said license, said firearm. So I've already been proven to be able to own said firearm. So why do I have to buy and prove to you to get a license to carry that bitch?
Winning. No.
I shouldn't. There should be no need for me to display to you at that point. 'Cause
All-
everything's on file. You can pull it up.
All gun restrictions are a violation of the Second Amendment. All
It's one of
them.
those things, though. Do we ever believe that we're going to get rid of these gun violations? No. Do you think they're going to get rid of the more stringent ruling that they put in and take away? Of course not. It's a money grab on all institutes and all
I mean,
establishments.
we will, when enough
How it works.
states go constitutional carry, the government will be spending too much money to enforce it than it makes from enforcing it, and it will end prohibition just like it did with alcohol.
Yeah.
Just like what's going to happen with marijuana as states make marijuana legal. It's just the process. Prohibition doesn't work. Eventually, so many people are doing it that it costs them too much money
And they
to
give up.
fucking, and they give up.
Yeah, which it's obvious they should just give up. A
No.
long time ago.